Hello everybody and welcome to another Peteman Reviews. Today we have the Generation 2 Transformer Stalker. As you can see, in common with Generation 2 Transformers, his colour scheme is a little bit on the lurid side. He's an ICBM launcher in old mode, but pink and green? Never mind, I suppose each to his own. The actual Transformer would normally come with significantly more weapons than this. Unfortunately, the version I had doesn't have all his missiles, which you can see will move on to these racks here. Just take that off there and there. In addition to this, he normally would have a rocket launcher as well, which the missiles would go into. That said, he does come with one accessory still, the radar dish, and of course the ICBM itself. As you can see, what I've got, unfortunately, is the little thing's been snapped off, as this would normally sit in there like that. Nevertheless, it balances on quite well. Now, the ICBM is designed to work with other Generation 2 Predators, so the aircraft that you got. And the idea with the gimmick is that you can look through here, you insert them in, and then you can look through, you hold that up to your eye, and you'll be able to look through and see what your an Autobot. If we just hold that up there, you can just about, it's not the clearest thing, but you can just about make out what we're looking at through there. Tech specs, I think this was for the Autobot leader. I'm trying to think who that was at the moment. Anyway, it's not important because I don't have him. So that's the ICBM. It's actually quite a nice piece of kit. It doesn't light up, but it's obviously meant to give that impression of it. And it helps with, again, when you're looking through it, the glow does work quite well. I mean, we see through here, again, the glow is just caused from the cone at the end. So that works quite well. And even with that end broken off, it does still balance relatively well on there. So that's Stalker in ICBM mode, quite similar actually to Double Dealer in how he looks. In terms of transformation, it's relatively simple despite the size of it. As I say, it's quite a big transformer, but it's relatively simple transformation. So you rotate his lower half like that. What is quite nice, you've got some little flip ups here for his legs to extend. That's the kind of thing you see more now in modern day Transformers, particularly the third party ones. To conceal the legs, so that's quite a nice addition there, and it's quite stable. The arms work less effectively, so you see here that rotates. You then need to pull that up again, so you ended up with the bottom part of the arm. Rotates out, and then in this mode it goes like that. This part then rotates up like that, and you can see the head just embedded there. Flips up. Now, in common with a number of the G2 Decepticons in particular, he has a glow. You can see through there the glowing eyes. It's a bit of a gimmick, but it's not too bad. It kind of works. There we have him. He is now transformed. That's pretty much all there is to it. Now, were this not snapped off, this would then sit there. You can kind of see why it would, because that's fairly unstable. That said, it will still balance quite well. So you haven't really lost anything from that being broken. And the radar you can either put on there or you can have him hold it. Just take that off. In terms of movement for his arms, there is none, really and truly. With the radar dish on. To move, it's actually very awkward for his arms, because to move them you have to do that, but it rotates the whole lot of the top too, so if you did have the missile mounted, it would now look like that, which is just silly. So the movement is really quite lacking on Stalker, which is a shame really, because otherwise it's not a bad toy. It's quite, again, he bears a remarkable resemblance to Double Dealer, and I'm sure they based at least the design, if not the mould, on Double Dealer. But it's not too bad a toy. Not the most detailed of Transformers. That said, bear in mind this is a G2 figure, or I don't know, they're G1.5, depending on what you like to call them. But the fact it's a G2 figure, it's not too bad. Just compare him with G1 Grapple. and G1 Cup. And as you can see, he compares pretty favourably. Given that Stalker is meant to be quite a high-ranking Decepticon, you'd expect him to be a little bit taller than the others, but it actually works pretty well. I'm just taking out of his... It's not meant to fit in there, his radar dish, but there's a screw hole there, and actually it supports it quite well, and looks a little bit more like it might be some form of sonic weapon as well. As I said, so actually Stalker compares very favourably with those two guys in terms of height, and it works quite well. It's a slightly unusual toy in that it has the gimmick for you to be able to attach others to. I would suggest not doing that. I know it's better than Skyquakes, which suffers quite severely from GPS gold plastic syndrome, where the plastic just shatters. That said, I did insert one in there, and while it worked, it was flipping difficult to get it in, and even more difficult to pull it out without breaking the thing. So don't. Just hold them up by your hands and look through them if you want to. Don't insert them into the scope, because it will at some point snap off, and it's just not worth it. I'm not sure if this is prone to suffer from GPS, but it looks like it might. Because these are, I don't know if this is just coated or whether it's actually coloured plastic. So to be a little bit careful of these. It probably isn't, but it's that kind of age where if you're going to get GPS, it will happen on these guys. So there we are, that's the Generation 2 Decepticon Stalker. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave any comments below, click on the other links, and we'll see you on the next video. Thank you, goodbye.